If you're an Amazon wholesaler trying to expand and grow, or if you're brand new to things and you're trying to break into the industry, then you gotta keep watching this video because I'm about to introduce you to two guys, Eric and Sebastian from Amazon Lit, who are like killing it in this space. They are big time Amazon wholesalers. They got some serious insights that they are about to be sharing with you in this video. So stay tuned, click the thumbs up button, be sure to turn it blue, leave a comment below with any questions that you have for either me, Eric, or Sebastian. So now let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me go ahead and introduce you to Eric and Sebastian. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey Ian, what's up, man? Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate your time and we're excited to be here. Definitely excited to be here. I'm Eric
and I'm Sebastian. What's up, Ian? How are you?
Doing great. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to shoot this video with me and to share this kind of, high value knowledge that it's pretty hard to find this information. So let's just jump right into it. So let's start with, first of all, tell us a little bit about Amazon Lit. Like, how many wholesale accounts do you guys have? When did you start? How did you increase the amount of accounts? Tell us some stuff about you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the business in Sebastian's basement about 7 years ago, almost to the day, right?
Yeah.
7 years ago, almost to the day. And early on, we started doing retail arbitrage. Sebastian was going to big box stores and buying products in bulk. And then in about year one, we started, right after the first year, we started building relationships with wholesalers and sourcing new suppliers. And it really changed the game for us. After that first year, really allowed us to scale much quicker, have access to more inventory, more replenishable SKUs, and really grow our Amazon business and our revenue, which in turn was able to grow profits. And right now we work with, how many distributors do you think we work with?
We have about accounts with about 50 different suppliers, distributors, wholesalers, but we primarily work with about 10 on a weekly basis, give or take. Those are, our 10 biggest accounts. Some of them we order with on a daily basis, others weekly, and then some of the smaller accounts are, bi-weekly or even monthly.
Okay, gotcha. So when it comes to time management, highest value time that you guys are spending on something, what would you say is that highest value, action that you can take?
I would say figuring out which distributors and suppliers you're working with that are bringing you the most money. Which ones are you purchasing products from that consistently move, sell the most, and make you the most profits? Those are the ones that we like to spend most of our time on sourcing products from because they're giving us the biggest return on our time spent. And time is our most valuable asset. So we want to use time wisely and grow our SKU count by spending the most time on those suppliers.
Exactly. Okay. So we analyze those suppliers and distributors constantly, monitoring their profit margins and how much of our order that we put in do we actually get. Because a lot of times there's out of stocks, there's discontinued items. So we look at all the metrics and that helps us make the decisions of which suppliers are we going to move forward with.
Okay. And let's drill down a little bit more into that. So when you say that, you've picked these 2 or 3 that you're like, we want to go all in on these guys. How do you go about building that relationship even further with them?
Communication. Lots of communication with your account rep. Communication is key, constant contact with them. Hey, you got any new deals today? Do you have a new supplier sheet? Do you have any discounts or promotions going on? So constant communication with whoever you're communicating with in that company will really allow you to grow that relationship and capitalize on those deals and discounts so you could be getting the best price possible.
You have to be creative with the process too, so you need to constantly contact them, ask them if they have any discontinued products that they need to move, any clearance items that they need to move. And really at the end of the day, you're thinking about longevity, so you want to build a two-way street. No relationship is going to last if you're just taking. Sometimes you need to reach out to them and say, hey, is there any items or products that you're having issue moving that maybe we can help you with? Because doing that and maybe losing a few dollars on your end because of it is just an investment that you're building for a future, because they're going to think of you when they get that deal, when they get that product in and they only have enough to push to one account. Which account are they going to think of first? They're going to think of the accounts that are taking care of them.
Yeah, and are constantly staying top of mind with them and nudging them, and that they're hearing from you weekly. I mean, how often would you say you're talking with these guys?
Some of them we're talking to daily. Some of them we're talking to on a daily basis. And there's different types of suppliers. And anybody who's doing wholesale will either come to find this out or they can learn this today. And there's suppliers that you consistently deal with on a daily basis. And then there's suppliers you might only talk to once a week. And then there's bi-weekly suppliers and suppliers you might only place an order with every month or every 2 months based on the products that they carry. So you really kind of need to learn their catalog and understand what their offers are, and then you can decide how much time you're going to invest in each catalog and each supplier that you're doing business with.
Gotcha. Okay, so the big thing is once you have that supplier, build the relationship, just keep that relationship strong, like they're your buddy. You're trying to strike up, take it past just your business relationship, try to make a personal relationship out of it. I would imagine would be good. But let's go a little bit in another direction. How do you first find these suppliers? Any kind of strategies or insights you can share?
Well, it really is a numbers game, so it takes time. Just like anything that you go into, any sort of business venture, whether it's stocks or other investments, it's the same thing when it comes to suppliers. You're going to have to stay persistent. You're going to hear a lot of no's, get a lot of rejections, but you need to persevere and continue to go through creatively through Google, trade shows, make phone calls and constantly reach out, because you're sifting through all the garbage to find those golden nuggets, those diamonds in the diamond in the rough that's going to take your business to the next level. So it's kind of like a tip over point. You're kind of pushing, nothing's happening. You're pushing, nothing's happening for 2-3 months. Then all of a sudden, boom, you find that supplier and it kind of spills over, and now you have, 200, 300 profitable ASINs you didn't even know existed. So that's how business kind of runs. It plateaus, then it shoots up, then it plateaus for a little, then it shoots up. But as long as you constantly are searching and staying creative with the way you're looking for suppliers, you'll see that same kind of process happen over and over again.
Okay, gotcha. So you mentioned a couple of, trade shows, Google, searching online. Anything else you can share, like specific places, like any kind of platforms online, international platforms like Alibaba or places like that?
Yeah, so you can definitely you can do LinkedIn searches. Look for companies, wholesale companies on LinkedIn, and you get the contact information for one of those companies. We also like to do, every 1 or 2 months, we'll do a quick trade show search in Google and figure out what trade shows are in the area, which ones we could maybe go travel to, because that is where everybody in the business is congregating and talking about what's next and what good products they have. And that's really where a lot of relationship building happens.
Yeah, trade shows are key because it's insider information. So if there's 1,000 vendors at that trade show, but each one of those vendors has a relationship with another wholesaler or supplier, all of a sudden you have insider information to 10,000 plus suppliers that you just weren't aware of. Some of our best suppliers, you won't find a website for them. You won't find a website for them. They've been around 40, 50 years. They're not looking to build a website and wow people. They already have the connections.
Gotcha. Wow. So trade shows are huge then. And unfortunately, we're in this virus situation right now where no trade shows are happening. Any advice on what you guys are doing to biz dev during times like these?
Yeah, absolutely. You can still, just because the trade show is not happening in person, they're still sending out emails. They're hosting Zoom sessions and sending emails about how to grow your business through these times. You could shop trade show directories and actually see the companies that were supposed to exhibit at these trade shows, but since they're canceled, but the list is still there. So you can still go through that list and contact those companies. It's a little more challenging. I personally find it much easier to build a relationship in person, but absolutely it's possible to build it over the phone or through email. A lot of the relationships we built are that way.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be crazy to see what happens once this this virus that we're experiencing clears away. Like it's going to be mayhem when it comes to the conferences and the trade shows that were not happening for this past 6 months. Like, is everything just going to happen within a 3-month period and it's just going to be sold out?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's something we're going to have to come to find out, you know. Definitely this whole COVID-19 thing, it's bittersweet because it's terrible what's happening, you know, to the world right now. But for as far as Amazon goes, the opportunity to build successful businesses on Amazon has skyrocketed, you know, and right now for years it's been the perfect time to sell on Amazon, and for years to come will be the perfect time to sell on Amazon. But especially right now, it's like this sweet spot where there's just so much opportunity to provide value and make money while you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, to chime in and add to what Eric said, there were a lot of brands, a lot of suppliers who wouldn't deal with Amazon sellers, but now their clients, their customers are working at 25% capacity, and so they're looking to bring on new customers, and they're more willing to take Amazon sellers as their customers. So if you're going to be reaching out to some of these brands and suppliers, now is a better time than ever.
That is a really good point. Yeah, now with this opportunity, that is a really good point. Yeah, because they've lost so much retail. Wow, interesting. So, okay, so we covered, you know, how to get suppliers. We covered how to build a relationship. So next step, you've got that relationship. Now what? Do you buy an inventory from them and ship it into a fulfillment center?
Yeah, so you have a few options. The last option I'll discuss is the one we choose to do, but you can purchase inventory from them, and if they ship it direct to Amazon, you can have Amazon package that inventory for Amazon's pick and or prep fees. Whatever their prep fees are, they will charge you to prep those products, you know, put them in poly bags or sticker them. Or you can use option number 2 would be using a prep center, and you can have the inventory shipped to a prep center. Now we prefer the third option, which is have everything shipped to our warehouse in our facility for quality control, and also, you know, we have enough manpower and woman power in our staff to really have a low cost of production where we can produce items lower than any prep center we've ever heard of.
Or Amazon. So the third one that Eric mentioned has the largest impact upfront cost. However, in the long run, it's going to save you hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars through the years it saved us over the past 7 years. Because our cost to produce, to prep product is, you know, one hundredth of what a prep center would charge us.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe there's a hybrid in between. Maybe you don't have to go, you know, at a big scale like you guys did. Maybe there's where you can temporarily rent space or something where you can just prep those products and stuff and then get them into the fulfillment center. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking the time again to jump on this video, share some of this insight and knowledge. I'll link your channel, your YouTube channel below in this video description. Any other place they can go to learn more about you guys?
Yeah, they can check out our website, amazonlit.com, or follow us on Instagram, Amazon_lit. We're always posting daily content to help other people grow their Amazon business and provide as much value as possible.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, thanks again. And be sure to click that thumbs up button, turn it blue, leave a comment below with any questions that you have, and we'll see you in the next one.
Fantastic, Ian. Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Ian.
you.
Stay lit.